Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marson here, and today I want to talk about Game Builder Garage again because I was so excited when I saw that you could play other people's games by downloading them online. I completely missed this, and I figured it was worth making another video on because I already have gotten some comments on, I hope that you can work on making games with other people. You actually can. And you're also able to look at the programming behind the downloaded games, which I think is really cool because in Mario Maker, some people have said that I was wrong about this, but I really remember in the first one being able to look at how someone did something in a level. And in Mario Maker 2, when you download a level, you can't edit it at all, which has pros and cons because the con is that if you really can't figure out how to beat a level, then without being able to see what exactly is going on, you may never figure it out. The pro is that if someone does something really, really cool, you can figure out how they did that and then maybe expand upon it or make something different or just be inspired by it. And then another con is if you come up with something really cool, then someone could just take it. So there were pros and cons. But for something like this, I mean, you could still say the con would be, well, I don't want people taking my idea, now they can. But I feel like with programming, being able to dissect someone else's game would probably just help you in the long run. And I feel like if people are constantly sharing and just looking at different games and seeing all the different things you can do, it's just going to expand upon what people end up making in general. Because I feel like by doing this, people are just going to get better and better at it. I'm honestly really shocked that this game has all of this. This is so not what Nintendo normally does. And to see them finally fully embracing online is just so promising. I know I talk about online this and online that all the time, but it's because when it comes to the other companies, you don't even have to think about it. It's like, oh yeah, it'll have online. Sometimes there's a random game where it's like, whoa, it doesn't? The new Battletoads blew my mind that it did not have online play. But for the most part, pretty much any game that comes out, it'll have online leaderboards, it'll have friend matches, it'll have random matches, it'll have ranked matches, it'll have sharing features, it'll just have whatever it is that you could think of, it's probably there. And with Nintendo, it's always a gamble. It's, well, this looks really cool, but I'm waiting to see the online features. Smash is a good example where when they showed off the different game modes, the Smashdown or Smash Showdown, all of those, I was just hoping that you'd be able to play those online, and you can't. Because then it just becomes, oh, why don't you just get some friends? I have friends, but we don't hang out all the time. And when we do, we usually just do different things. The way that I see playing games now is just online. It's just how I play games. It's not to say that I would never play them in person, but for the most part, it's at night and it's online. So I think to not have the feature just limits the game in general. That's why I don't really understand the argument, because at the end of the day, it's just limiting the game. By it having online, it's not stopping you from doing what you normally do. Now, if they remove local play, that's a different story, but for the most part, it doesn't take anything away. So for this game, for this $30 game, not even a full price game, to fully support online play, I'm just so shocked and I'm so pumped about it. Because members of my channel that are part of my member Discord, they already play Smash together quite a bit. And I already know that there are some people that are interested in getting it within my member Discord. And to think that some of those people could get together and make their own game and then being able to release it for other people to try, that's just such a cool concept to me. Now, there's other nitty-gritty details that we need to know, like can you make more than one game? Is it only one game and then that's it? Which I kind of doubt it would just be one game. Because if you're able to share games and stuff like that, I feel like they won't limit you to one game. I feel like they'll just allow you to have multiple ones and you can have different ones you're working on. Like you could have one that you're just working on and then one that's more of a group effort. Whew, I really need to just look at this website because it shows already that you can have 71 games on here. So we're totally set on that. And I think what's really cool too is that by having this feature in general, I know that I already talked about it just having the feature in general in my last video, but to expand upon it, being able to try out people's games will allow people to have testers. And I think that's really important because with Mario Maker, you kind of can't really have testers because you have to upload the level first. And in order to upload a level, you have to beat it first. So that would mean that you'd have to beat the level, upload it, and then have someone find out, oh, there's actually kind of a mistake here, or something that maybe this wasn't how you intended it, or I can cheese the entire level. So assuming that this one is just straight up, you can share the games as they are, then you'll be able to test them. I do have a feeling that this game's not going to have like a big library of games you can download from. I think it is just going to be through codes, because on the website it says exchange codes, so I don't think there's going to be a vast library to pick from. So I think because of that, you may not have to beat the game first or have it be possible to be able to send them. There is still a chance that they would require it, but I don't really think they would, because if it's just codes, I don't think that's necessary. With Mario Maker, I do understand it, although I wish there was a feature where it could be like test run or something like that, and it doesn't get uploaded to a main area. And with being able to work with friends, I think it's all going to come down to how easy it is to exchange codes and download the games, because if you're working on something and then your friend is working on something, there needs to be a smooth way of doing all of that, because I highly doubt you can combine games, so you'd kind of have to just wait until your friend finishes whatever it is they're doing. But we have to wait and see how this is implemented, because maybe it is a little more seamless than I'm thinking. I have a feeling it won't be, though. I think it will just be kind of bare bones of, hey, I just made this, I'm sending it to you, and then they can work on it and be like, okay, I did this, here you go. But the fact that the feature is still there, though, and that you can actually look at the downloaded games, see how they program some of the stuff, I think all of this is really, really huge in terms of Nintendo, because they don't normally do this stuff. I know people are probably like, man, you're kind of overreacting to these features. I don't really think I am. I have been through the era of Nintendo where so many games that should have had online didn't. I will never forget when Doughboy, who was one of my best friends, when he got his Wii U, I was over his house, and we were playing Nintendo Land, and we were having fun. And when I was about to leave, he was like, oh, but when you get home, we'll just play online. And I was like, no, dude, it doesn't have online. His brain was like so confused at the thought that this game couldn't have online that it was like his brain didn't even accept what I was telling him. He kept wording it in different ways, like, no, but when you get home, like, we can play. I was like, no, like, we can't. We cannot play this online. And not only did it not have that, but for the other games where it's all about beating your scores, no online leaderboards. So I'm used to Nintendo not doing these things. And that's why I wanted to make a whole separate video, because when I found out more details on it, which you guys are going to make fun of me because it was right there. Where I saw this, I'm looking at the same thing. I was just so excited that you were able to share the games that I just didn't even read the rest. Or maybe I did and I just didn't acknowledge it as to what it was actually saying, but I think this is huge. I want Nintendo to keep going this route because these are the features that need to be in these games. To me, there's no reason to not have these features. So that's all I really have to say about this. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about all this. We're currently almost at 5,000 subs, so if you want to help me get to that goal, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Take care, everyone.